Hey, glad to have you here. Sit down, relax, take a load off. I want to tell you about something pretty neat. While I sit here and enjoy Reed's brand ginger ale. Pretty good stuff, if I do say so myself. No relation though, none. So I've had something on my mind for a while. I've been thinking about it. How do I want to explain this and, the utter, complete, and terrible horror that it represents? Well, first, before we get onto that, let me tell you about this really cool place I recently learned about. Really amazing idea, forward thinking, very progressive, and honestly, amazing. It's a really cool city. So it's a place where you don't pay anything to live there. You don't have to buy a house or other things like that. What it is, everything's owned by this company that's sponsoring the city. They own all the roads, the emergency services, everything else. Now, to live there, all you gotta do is you've just gotta make videos or content or write papers and stuff like that they will then publish in their local bookstores in the community, and then they sell advertising revenue in your books or papers or videos, stuff like that, in the theaters that you're making things on. And that's it. So you can just get a place, move in, sign the lease agreement, get started, and there you go. You got a place to live. Now, there's a couple caveats, though, with this place. So they own everything there. Police, roads, everything like that. So you have to abide by a set of terms and services. They call it a TOS agreement. And so you got to do that. You can't have a jury trial anymore. That's gone. Instead, they have a policy enforcement division. And if you violate these policies, they look at it in a fair and objective manner and then decide if there's a problem. And then, of course, you can't talk about certain things. And so other people in the community, they have to kind of communicate things in a careful manner, excluding certain words. You write things in odd ways. We'll put asterisks in places or pound signs to get past the censors. And that's the other thing. There's censors there. So you got to be careful with what you say. The other thing is if you have political opinions or beliefs that don't fit with them, you can't talk about it. Also, you can't mention people that have been kicked out. Oh, wait. Yeah, kicked out. See, if you violate the terms and they decide you've done wrong, they can cut off your entire livelihood of earning money, being here at this community that you've built a life around, made a family, set everything else up. It's gone. They kick you out. And not only when they kick you out, are you removed from the community. I mean, people show up at the door, load all your stuff up, throw it into the incinerator, and they haul your butt out and kick you out the gates. You're no longer allowed to go in there. And also, you are totally depersoned. Gone. Like you never existed. You're removed from every directory, all phone books, all mentions of you wiped clean. Just gone. Now, of course, the other thing is you can no longer talk to the people in the community. Nope. No more for you. You are forever banned. You can't comment on what other people's works are. You can't interact in any way. All you can do is look into the community from afar on a hill with a set of binoculars and see what's going on. But your influence is forever changed. Doesn't this place sound great? Amazing place to live. You want to get there right now, right? No, it's utterly freaking ridiculous and completely asinine on every level. Don't you guys agree? I mean, if I was a landlord and I was a private entity and I was like, hey, you know what? I want to build a community and sort of, all those constitution rules, my way or the highway. All those things about, jury trial, peers, stuff like that, equal due process hearing. Nope. We're going to have a select team. And, if I want to tip the scales, I can do that. That's perfectly fine. Right? I'm a private entity. I can run things how I want. Yeah, exactly. So I have a huge, massive, ginormous issue with the crud going on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and any other tech industry. Huge problems with it. I also have a huge issue with the conservative viewpoint saying, hey, these private entities, because they're a private entity, their platform, they can do whatever they want. No problem. Perfectly allowed. Yeah, I completely and utterly disagree. That's why I made this analogy. I wanted to describe a place where it's free to go live, set up a place, get a business going, make your livelihood around it, get money, do all these things that other people have done, provide real service, attract new people to the city and all that, but describe just how utterly dumb and mind-blowingly idiotic it would be to say these people can do whatever they want because they own it. No! I mean, I'm a free market capitalist, a pretty heavy one. I also extremely value private property rights. But this is where the founders and stuff and other people really messed up. See, back in their day, way back when, corporations were a really rare thing. There were only a couple corporations, and they're usually funded together by the wealthy to, take them apart on a big risk. And if they win and do big, hey, giant rewards. But if it fails massively and it comes apart, it won't sink all of them as well. Sort of that thing. But they weren't common. It wasn't like everyday corporations everywhere. And so when you wanted to do your own business, all that, you operated under a sole proprietorship or a partnership. You were personally liable and responsible for every darn thing going on there. Completely. You decide such and such rules apply to your shop. Hey, king of your own castle, right? But problem is things have changed. And one of the big changes we got is we have these groups that wield as much power as a government. They have more influence, way to sway people's viewpoints, way to influence people's perception of reality by tailoring their search results, and so on, that it's a severe problem. I mean, think about it. It's like, so you buy service from the utility company. What if the utility company, the phone company, so to speak, didn't like what you were doing and decided, you know what, I'm cutting off your phone service. You can't call that print shop and order, 10 million copies of your political flyer that I find disturbing. You're gone, right? Come on. Your scope of business needs to be one thing, selling me phone service. You shouldn't give a darn thing what I'm talking about. If I cross the line, that's what law enforcement's for. They're supposed to find me and say, hey, you idiot, you're not supposed to be saying that kind of stuff, making threats. Yeah, off to the big house with you. Right? But these other groups where they're like, I'm going to do things this way. I'm going to run that. The other big problem I have is you have these people at Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and all that, and they're projecting their moral ideas onto all these other people, saying you got to live your life this way. But are those companies just those people? No, they're publicly traded corporations. They're made up of all sorts of people. The only problem is there's not enough voting power because so much is hidden away in mutual funds, right? Because otherwise you'd be able to do stuff like that. To say that they sort of represent and are the personhood of this company is crap. And then corporate personhood. Oh, geez. I'll have to go on about that someday. That's a disaster in and of itself in so many ways. It was like, let's take the easy, cheap way out to solve all these legal problems. Let's call him a person. Oh, boy. Yeah, I know. I sound like a leftist in some spots here. I sound like an ultra-conservative in others. Well, that's what you get. A thinking person is going to cross over on both sides. That's how it is. This is where I say I'm North. Don't put me in a box. You can call me North on this one. But so, what do I think about all this? Well, it's crap. Utter crap. See, they need us. All these companies, they need us. See, they offered this free service. Hey, come here and all that. What they're trying to do is build a base. And their base means they have people, numbers, so they can sell impressions, sell to advertisers. Say, hey, we have this many impressions of blah, 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 blah. And if you pay this much money, we can get your ad in front of this many people who would be interested in it. Okay? So they need you. Also, a lot of people making content, they're attracting new people, making their platforms even bigger. It's good business for them, right? So that's what they offered, free service and all that. Well, great. Now think they made tons of money off of the backs of all these other people, and they're like, you know what? We are the kings. We built this. None of these other people did that. We will decide for everyone what the morals here should be. Crap. That's what that is. Just plain crap. Okay, so if I'm going to complain and all that, what do I think we should do about it? Well, here's the thing. Like I said, sole proprietorships, partnerships, all that, personally responsible. Well, that's exactly where we should draw the line. is if you are personally responsible, you have your influence that you can master by yourself or with your partners, and you're liable for everything going on, sure. Set any darn rules you want. Be the king to the kingdom. Sure, no problem there. Just know, you mess around with people, yeah, you're personally liable. Exactly. Places that are not personally liable, conglomerations of multiple people, separated sort of a legal entity out on their own, yeah, no. Equal service for everyone, right? Even if you object to certain people, equal service. It's kind of the idea of what the civil rights movement was back then. We all get equal service. And the thing is, you see how a lot of these things are being said is they've decided how to carefully step around where they're not discriminations of groups of people. Although apparently political ideology is not a protected class. But that's how they're able to get away with a lot of that stuff. And that's where we should stop it. This stuff should be equal service for everyone. And the other problem is, our world has gotten so interconnected, so flattened by the amazing technology of the internet, the town square has changed. The town square is now in cyberspace. And to say, we don't like your viewpoint, we're going to squash it, is baloney. Absolutely ridiculous. It means you have handed over the ability to use immense influence, change perception, alter everything like that to a corporation that is beholden to literally no one. See where this problem is? So we need to cut that line and change this out. Those dystopian movies they showed in the past where these corporations seeking only profit, and they would exploit humanity from the gravest and the most horrific means possible in search of their profits. That's where this is going. That is absolutely where this is going. And no, I ain't interested in joining that future. I don't know about the rest of you, but no. So what we need to say is, okay, you know what? We're going to have this change as you offer equal service to everyone, irregardless beliefs and all that other stuff like that. They cross the line, they have some major issue, law enforcement can do with it. That's the point. That's why we have all this due process, judicial reviews, lawmakers, people to write. So we don't have these kings and wannabe dictators and tyrants and despots everywhere. I mean, they still exist. They're in hiding corporations. We need to stop that. Absolutely need to stop that. And we've incorporated okay, that's another rant for another time. The incorporation of the Bill of Rights to the states. We'll go on to that rant some other day. But we need to have the Bill of Rights and all those ideas apply to corporations and limited liability entities as well. Absolutely. Everyone gets to say the same stuff, do things and all that other such. And there'll be stuff to sort out, details, corner cases, issues. I mean, it's not like you want the person serving you the fries at McDonald's so they go, you know what? You are a horrible, hideous person. And then not be able to say, hey, we don't offer that kind of customer service here. I got First Amendment rights. I mean, yeah, you've got to deal with certain cases about that. But see, the thing is in that case, if we think about it, they are a direct employee of the corporation. We're not. Us people here on YouTube, Facebook, and all that other stuff is we are helping build their platform. We're sort of like a leasee signing a lease agreement with a landlord. We agree to certain things to, not tear the place down, destroy things and all that other stuff. But all of our other rights, I got due process. I can go vote any way I want. I can go stand on the front lawn and, say, you know what? This thing going on in such and such country the U.S. is involved in is just horrible. I can do that if I want. I can go out there and yell, you know what? We need to get out there and support our troops as much as we want and blah, 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 blah. Exactly, right? Anything you want. They can't stop you on that. I mean, sure, if you make a big enough ruckus, you can get arrested for causing a giant disturbance, or inciting a riot or something like that. But, I mean, like I said, law enforcement's area. You don't have your landlord come down and go, our TOSs are violated here, and our policy something board doesn't agree with you. You're gone. No. We have all sorts of laws and stuff like that, and cases adjudicated just because of that kind of crap used to be done, and we had to deal with that. Well, We got the new battlefront here. We need to solve this. I don't like where this future is leading if we let these people just do what they want as they're doing it. So yes, today it's a diatribe video, or second video of the day. We'll see where this one gets posted. But I'd love to hear your thoughts, comments, share it around with people, and see about how other people think. What do they agree with? Should we draw the line at if you are personally responsible, sole proprietorship, partnership? Sure, king to your kingdom. No longer limited liability companies? Cut that crap out. I think it's a really good place to draw the line. Love to hear what your thoughts are and what you think. Take care, everyone. This is Reed, out for now.